Yeah.
Fall off and stuff.
That'd be good, that's stunts and everything. Right, this is Sham 69, we're sat in the Box, which is a club in Crewe.
Yeah.
FXF magazine, and here we go. That's Tim.
He did.
And I'm your plus of everybody's name, so...
Neil.
Alan.
Ian.
Tony.
This is the Sham 69 as far as I'm concerned. I've seen them a few times over in Wigan a few years back. Excellent shows all the time. If you want to run through a few of the things that's been happening recently with the Sham thing, you know, the original Sham so-called, etc.
Yeah. Ian, do
Well, as you might know, last time we played here was with Dave, you know, original Sham 69 guitarist. Cut a long story short, we had to part company with him. Bit sad, but it was kind of inevitable and it was looming. And so we had to sever the tie. Because, I don't want to waffle too much about business here, but because the three of us, myself, Tim and Al, and Dave had signed a partnership agreement, it then meant that because the band has what they call continuity through the years, we were then now legally entitled to carry on trading as Sham 69. Jointly and severally, but the majority rules. So the three of us were still in existence. We decided to get another guitarist in. As it turned out, we got two. Got two in.
Buy one, get one.
Still get a receipt.
And of course decided to continue as Sham, which is exactly what we did. Meanwhile, Dave, in a fit of pique, decided to go back and join forces with Jimmy. So essentially, from Dave's point of view, it was, I don't care about the past 5 years, this is my ball, I'm going to play with it. I've now reformed Sham 69 with Jimmy, you lot can go and sod off, basically. In a nutshell, that's the story. So, in effect, at the minute, there are two Sham 69s.
Yeah.
However, from a legal standpoint, they're actually trading illegally. It's a crazy irony in some ways, because the man on the street, when you mention Sham 69, probably finds Sham 69 synonymous with Jimmy Pursey.
Yeah, in a lot of respects, yeah.
But, you know, as history has shown, the band me and Dave formed after Jimmy was with Tim. Tim's worked his ass off for the past 5 years and taken this band from nothing and rebuilt it. So, you know, from our point of view, why should we let that go? You know, we've played around the world. We can count on one hand the number of people who've said at gigs, what happened to Jimmy? You know, I think you've seen us perform, you know, it's kind of like it speaks for itself. We give a good show. People have accepted Tim as part of the band down the front there. So
when I first started hearing about this so-called Sham original band lineup, etc., etc., when you actually looked into it, it wasn't the original lineup, which is what it was made billed as.
Yeah.
Well, like I said to Tim earlier on, what I couldn't get my head around at the time was, why didn't they just say Jimmy Pursey Band?
Yeah.
And everybody would have carried on as normal, you know. But that's in the past, and you're still going strong, which I'm personally very glad to see. So, how's it going? What's the crowd situation like? Are you getting good tug at the gigs and stuff?
We played Bolton last night, and to be honest, last night was the first gig, proper gig, featuring Neil. Just for the record, Neil is the original guitarist.
Yeah.
This is from 1974-75, which is before Dave even joined. And the band that Neil was in with Jimmy wrote Borstal Breakout and Hey Little Rich Boy. This is way before Dave joined. So last night was the first gig featuring Neil, and part of us thought, well, it could have been 10 Men and a Dog, but as it turned out,
UK tour, like, have you got plenty of gigs for the UK? Or?
Yeah, we're just basically what we're doing a lot of sort of intermittent gigs throughout the summer, festivals and various places, both in the UK and abroad. But we're trying to concentrate on getting a new album done, and that should be out by the end of the year. But we've got obviously a full UK and European tour at the end of the year, obviously to promote that.
November, December, 2 months.
So we're just going to basically just, you know,
Are you going to play some stuff off the new album tonight, or?
No, not yet.
No.
It's going to be a big sort of surprise though. But we've got a few new tracks. We changed the set completely, but we've done a few new tracks from the last album tonight. But yeah, apart from that, everything sort of seems to be working okay. And it's a case really of business as usual for us, you know. As Ian's already pointed out, it's, you know, it's a little bit strange obviously because people are sort of always great, it's all like, you know, Jimmy's back and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, nobody has done that. They've all sort of like said, well, what's going on? We've had more reaction of people saying, you know, why are you coming back, for what reason? You know, you're obviously coming back because obviously it's a purely financial, a purely monetary concern and nothing else. You know, I think we gain a lot more support from people that feel we've been shit on, basically. However, because we've always maintained that catfighting at our age is pointless, we still wish to do that. So we're not going to react. Well, obviously we're kick ass if we have to, but as far as we're concerned, it's what the music matters. So we're going to carry on and get out there and play. You know. So I have Neil and Tony now. Tony's obviously vastly experienced. We've obviously been in the Upstarts and
A long time ago.
Long Tall Short. But as I was saying, obviously the icing on the cake for us was obviously to get Neil, you know, to Neil to join the band, and for Neil it's almost like poetic justice. He opened the book, and for our determination, we feel we should close the book on the Sham 69. You know, so it's just great. So how do you feel about that, Neil?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, about right. You know. The thing is about Percy Parsons. You know, Sham. Somebody made a comment. You made a comment about it should be called the Jimmy Pursey Band. Well, I totally agree. Well, when they signed their deal, the original lineup done a gig at Hastings Pier with the Vibrators to a packed house, 500 people. Fantastic gig, and it was really good. Dave was in the audience watching what we were doing, and William was in another band. After that gig, Jimmy turned around and said to me, oh, I'm splitting the band up. I said, okay, fair, we could begin arguing about money and stuff like that. He spunks it all on gambling. He's a part of gambling, that stuff, he always has been, always will be. So we weren't happy about the situation. But the thing is, we had a name, a big following, huge following, from the east end of London, from a local town, Hersham, Walton, neighbours up there, huge following. So when we started playing London, we had a load of crowd coming. National Rock Press get on. Julie Birchall and Tony Parsons done an article on us when we supported a band called the Count Bishops at the 100 Club. And basically, we stole the show, and you know, we were just, from that point on, we had the name. We were an established name. You know? So literally 3 weeks after Jimmy said, oh, I'm going to go off and form a band with Dave, I said, fine, you know, whatever. What are you going to call yourself? He said, I'm going to call yourself the Clodhoppers. I said, fine, whatever. Fine, see you later, you know. So anyway, 3 weeks later, Sham 69 was a single. So nobody knew. Right, so that's that. Then a few months after that, Jimmy comes around and asks me to join the band again. To go on the road with them on a wage, you know. Which I've done, and it's a bit of a sweetener because they, since in the interim period, they've gone in the studio, they recorded Bald Stall, tweaked it here and there, you know, as you do. And that was that. They'd already done and dusted that. And David's got his name on it, which is totally fucking wrong in my opinion. So that was that, you know. But anyway, so Angels came out, Kids came out, and I'm going, look, you know, I sort of helped you out on Angels because you were stuck. So I said, you've got to do that, you've got to do that, and that's how it's going to work musically. And it did, great. Had a hit with it. First TV appearance with them, all that. Monday was on Top of the Pops and all that
That's
stuff.
Right,
yeah, I was there that night and all that stuff. So I said, look, nothing's happening. I want recognition of what's going on. And that was it. I was gone, bang, you know, out the door basically. So that was that, you know. About a year later, Mark came from the band, left and joined me, and I formed another band called Bob Lee. We had a couple of hits with minor hits, but and that was that really. But, and that's how they've done it. They stabbed us all in the back. And you made the point, it should be called the Jimmy Pursey Band, because it was our band to start with. Hersham boys, we were all Hersham. The only guy from Hersham, when that song came out, was Jimmy. Nobody else was from Hersham, just Pursey, that was all. You know. And incidentally, it's a very old song, it's about 80 years old, that song.
Really?
Yeah.
So when did you join the lads again? This time now?
You tell that one.
Yeah, it was.
You and my daughter, that one.
Yeah, what it basically was the kickback from the announcement of the Brixton gig, you know, the big sort of reunion gig as they billed it. The kickback was so vast, we didn't realise, and a lot of people were saying, look, this is outrageous. You know, what's going on? There's a Sham 69 already. Whatever, you're doing this for money. Da, da, da. And there was a lot of comments on, unfortunately, we have to mention now, Facebook and social network sites saying this is how can they call themselves original 77 when they weren't. Da, da, da. And one of the most vocal people on there was Neil's daughter, and she said, "It's outrageous. My dad was in the band. My dad's found in the band." Da, 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 da. So I sort of apprehensively wrote to her saying, well look, you know, and she was very coy with me and didn't really want to talk to me because she saw me as part of the, you know.
Okay, yeah.
So I said, look, you know, pass my details on to your dad and da da da. And then obviously me and Neil started communicating. I popped over to see him in Claygate, and Neil was very nervy with me, very apprehensive talking to me. So I said, look, and it was only basically after about 5 hours of solid conversation that Neil actually realised that me and him had the same crap, you know, we had the same dagger in the back, you know, let's compare knives, you know, and that's how it all happened. So for me it was more about, I know at the end of the day romance don't sort of make the world go round, but for me it was a romantic notion of justice, pure moral justice, and that's why we got together and we said, right, fine, you know, you know, you started a bloody band. And since then we've had a lot more support from all the other members of the original group, like John Good, stuff like that, saying, well yeah, good on you, because we started the band, you know. It's only when you actually analyse sort of chronologically from 1975 to 2012, but the pattern of treachery and immoral practices has never changed. It's almost like the history of the Roman Empire, you know, it's just like littered with assassinations and corruption and deceit, you know. But the only difference is that we've turned around and said, right, fine, you know, if you want to stand there and fiddle while your empire's burning, we're not, we're carrying on. So, and that's it. And I think really, to be quite honest with you, if there was an award for the band that said, no, we ain't going away, you know,
yeah, for sure, yeah.
And that's
up to you. Definitely, that's up to you. Yeah. So, got to mention it. Back in the day, a lot of trouble with the crowds, fighting, racism, all that sort of thing. You know, I mean, I personally tried to go to a Sham 69 concert and couldn't get to it for the fighting. You know, back in sort of.
Yeah, I saw some of that.
You know, do you see any of that now? I mean, from the 2 concerts I've seen of you, I've not seen any of that.
It's weird, isn't it? It's like when the band reformed originally in end of '85, beginning of '86, which is when I joined, we must have had about 2 years of gigging where it was screaming Nazi skinheads.
Yeah, this is roughly the time period I'm thinking.
Chasing us off stage, death threats, you name it. And then all of a sudden it stopped, and I can't work out if that was because there was a period of inactivity and we started doing gigs again, or the audience had just shifted around something. But I remember a period where we were playing and it was like young and old punks. There was no trouble. There was no threats, there was no violent atmosphere, and it's been like that for at least 20 years.
Good.
We've never seen any trouble. I mean, when's the last time we saw it?
Talk about tempting fate.
When's the last time we had a hassle at a gig?
With Dave.
With Dave.
Yeah, I think it's more threats from the band itself. But no, we just don't get it. I think a lot of it now is a new generation of kids that see far greater, more positive things, you know, rather than that. I think at the end of the day, if you actually analyse it from actually what Neil was saying, if you actually analyse it from the 70s, it was always a small pocket of people that would set the spark off, that would generate, and I think a lot of it was overplayed and overwritten about. But unfortunately, it's like anything else, it's the stupidity of a minority of people that ruin it for everyone else. And word gets around, the press at that time were literally hanging on the wire for any little thing that would happen, you know, with a story. And but as I was saying, in the last sort of 15 years, I think most of the kids now just want to have a good time. I think that's why Sham's gone from this
Yeah.
You know, everyone should be able to go to a gig and enjoy themselves.
All of them, every single one of them was loving it, having it large and loving it.
Yeah.
And they had a great night, and they're going to go home and they're going to tell all their friends what a fantastic night, which to us is the business. So that's it.
So it should be. But no, it's not been. You know, sorry, no. It's not been a. I don't think there's been any. You know, I've not been on 6 years, and I've never ever known. Probably occasionally there's been a couple of times where people have. But that's mainly been like, you know, you trod on my foot.
Yeah, it's just been it's not been a racist flavour to it.
Yeah. And which is a good thing. And but needless to say, I don't think the scene can be poisoned by politics. I think not just about the infiltration of Nazis, but there's infiltration from any political group. In which, to be quite honest with you, I don't think the music scene should be a political battlegrounds. You know, I think at the end of the day, music could be a very powerful thing to address the problems that politics brings. Don't get me wrong, I think that's important, but I think as soon as you start aligning yourself to sort of a political platform too much, I think you're then muddying the waters, and then that's when things start getting back to it was in the 70s, where you're getting small pockets of people coming along, and then you're back to square one.
I think it's suicide for a band to align itself with any.
Well,
so
it's an easy way for a new band, isn't it? It's an easy way to start, you know.
I mean,
you sort of, if you align yourself with anyone, you know, you can. It gives you a ready-made audience.
I did have a little smirk at the Camel Tag with the Sham tune in the background.
Oh, really?
Definitely different, you know.
Ian's got a story for that.
Can we get free McDonald's?
I was trying to remember it, I've forgotten now.
But basically, what it was when the deal was done, it was in the thousands. And the irony is that they wanted to seal the deal, and obviously Jimmy's being Jimmy, you know, there's another bandwagon was coming along. He'd missed the number 8 bus, so there's another bandwagon in a minute. So needless to say that the deal went under. It was all pushed out of the way. The music was removed from the advert.
Yep.
And the culmination of that, Jimmy then went into McDonald's and sat down and had a hamburger. So,
yeah, from a vegetarian, I mean, not bad at all, you know, definitely different.
So that's a bit bizarre, but then again, that aligns itself with a million and other famous classic moments, you know. So
it's getting a bit noisy, so we'll have to wrap it up. The only criticism, lads, play the North West more.
Yeah,
I'd drag some other bands with you.
I want to go to Liverpool.
It's like a fucking desert here for decent bands.
Is that right?
It really is. Yeah. So
We're going to Wigan. December 1st.
which is the Old Tavern. Excellent venue. Can't recommend it enough.
And where else we're playing?
Northwest.
Can't we do Liverpool? Yeah, we're playing in Carlisle. I want to go to Liverpool.
Yeah, Manchester.
Oh, we're playing the Academy, yeah.
In November.
So you've got some good Northwest stuff
Yeah.
going on.
We've got about 70 gigs lined up so far for this year.
Yeah.
This November and December is pretty much
Brilliant.
right up to about 3 days before Christmas. And then it's, yeah, cool. It'll be a laugh.
Right, so get some Northwest on back of your t-shirt.
Definitely.
Charlie Harper fell out with me for
I'm moving to Bolton. Actually, I might move to Crewe.
Crew.
I might move Bolton or Crewe. I can't make me mind up. Yeah.
Wigan, decent pies.
I love Wigan. I used to go to a kart track called Three Sisters in Wigan. Do you know it?
Yeah, on bikes. Motorbikes.
Oh,
on
do they?
Sunday.
My son
Yeah.
used to race karts, so we used to go up there once.
Nice one. Well, tonight's going to be a good night. Definitely. Okay.